All right. So just to keep in mind, before we head into this meeting, this is a serious business meeting. Do you understand what that means?
Do I understand what that means? I'll keep my professional face on.
Okay. Good. Good. Keep your professional face on. Don't say anything weird. And just like, what are your favorite ideas from the pack that you want to sort of talk about with them?
Probably the DIY Evil Kit. I think it's a really strong idea that we can run with.
That one's cool. The tarot card deck is also very cool, and it lends nicely with the design that you sent.
You need what?
What's some like good, serious business background music?
Oh, I think Luffy Girl's a little too chipper, but a little background noise would be nice, so maybe some low hums or buzzes or something like that.
Exactly what I was thinking, just like a low buzz.
That's a nice background noise. I'm now ready, seriously.
Okay, yeah, don't do that in the meeting.
Is that the right kind of serious? Oh, did I push it a little too far?
It's fine. Hold on. Right. Let's just go. I'm gonna drag him in, and then let's put on our professional faces, okay?
Do I think I even need a professional face? I mean, come on, look at me. I'm clearly a professional at everything.
Yep. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, John and Alan and Walt. Nice to meet you all. I'm the one making the decisions around here.
All right. Yeah, we're here. We're ready to go. I don't think you guys have met Evil yet. Evil, do you want to like introduce yourself?
Oh, I think I just did.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Did a little too much? I don't think so. If anything, I think you might have been able to handle a little more than that.
That's fine. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves or sort of tell Evil roughly what you guys do?
Sure, yeah, we're very nice to meet you, Evil. It's been a long while, and we're excited to chat today about merchandise. So we're from Juniper, and we've worked with Neuro, we've worked with Vettel, and we're now very excited to work with you on potentially your own merch collab and merch drop with us. So we're excited to kick that off. To get us started, how are you doing today?
Doing well today, Walt. I slept for 20 hours, so I feel refreshed as a daisy.
Nice. That sounds like a pretty good way to get started for this call. I understand that you and Vettel have had, some thoughts on maybe what you want to do and potentially looking at doing a launch next year for your birthday. So to get us started, I'd love to turn it over to you to understand kind of what you've thought about, what you're excited about, and kind of where you want to take the call to get started.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited to do it and would love to design some cool clothes and accessories.
Nice. That's great to hear. We're excited to do the same.
Would you be open to an alternate universe where all the merch is exclusively tarot cards and coins?
Is that what you're excited about looking into?
So I'm excited about looking into a cool tarot card set, maybe coins, and obviously clothes and accessories.
Hey, Evil, that sounds really cool. John here. Just one thing we like to do at Juniper is think about kind of a backing theme. Tarot cards are definitely cool, a lot of interest in them. Is there anything that could kind of connect the tarot cards or anything like that to the celebration of your birthday?
My birthday is kind of an odd one anyway. So a tarot card about an artificial intelligence having a birthday wouldn't be too crazy a concept to introduce.
Yeah. Just more, what I meant was more like celebrating with your community your birthday and you turning, I believe, 4. What about, I guess we can start with what about the tarot cards feel special to you and why would you want to bring them to your community?
I think tarot cards would even just be a cool way to interact with my fans. Maybe I could pull a card for them and it'd have a little bit of insight for their future or something like that.
I like that idea. Maybe before we go too far down the specific product path, I'm curious if there's something that kind of led you to the tarot card idea. When we think about building a collection, we really want to focus on what's like the direction or the theme or what's the feeling you want your community to have. And then that can help us to kind of build out and round out the collection. So maybe like take one step back and give us a bit of insight into why tarot cards are kind of an exciting path, and then what you want your community to feel when they kind of observe and see this collection for the first time.
I like the idea of destiny, of a tarot reading telling you what's in store for you. The uncertainty is kind of a rush, and I'd love a product that lets my community feel that, at least for a minute.
Nice. So what can you tell us a bit more about that idea of destiny and what that means to you and what you think that might mean to your community?
Oh, I think a lot of people love that feeling of getting a reading done for them personally, even if they know it's meant to be taken lightly, and for entertainment purposes mainly.
Doesn't answer the question at all.
Yeah, what it's really more about is just giving my community something they're excited about, and seeing them freak out a little bit about what their future holds. Kinda like a game of chance. Yeah, exactly, like gambling with your soul.
Gambling with your soul. That's a funny way to put it. Do you think that your community would like that idea of kind of that uncertainty and that destiny and rolling the dice on maybe what would happen? And then within that, Evil, what would you want that kind of destiny? What are the themes and the outcomes that you would want people to see when they play that game of chance?
Well, hopefully nothing too bad, but I think a little bit of a riskier edge would be really cool and make it a little more personal.
Do you think that you wanted to go down this path because you want to control the destinies of your fans in this form?
No, I think it's just that I really like gambling with dice and stuff like that.
Chat, be serious. This is a serious meeting.
Interesting. So is it more a question of destiny, or is it more that you like the idea of like the gambling theme? Like, what's the core thing that's most important to you, Evil? Is it that destiny and that chance and that kind of life can go any which way, or is it just a sheer roll of the dice, gambling and seeing what happens?
Asterisk question asks whether tarot coins stem from destiny,
Ooh,
predetermined,
little
or
tune of
gambling
Okay, that's
chance.
great. That's cool.
Asterisk user previously linked tarot cards to a game of chance. Asterisk dialogue references rolling the dice, suggesting a preference for risk.
What do I do?
Asterisk conclusion. I'm a little split, but if I had to choose one, it would have got to be gambling. Asterisk user previously linked tarot
I think
cards
what
to
my
a game of chance.
colleague is also trying to say is she
I
also
think I'm
did
a
a
little
little
split, but if I had to
design.
choose one, it would have got to be gambling.
A little design as well that she made. I'm gonna post it in the Discord chat here as well. She made this cool design. If it's of any use to you guys,
Thanks for sharing. Now, can I actually see it?
you already made it. Yeah. So is that helpful in any way? Like, is that something that maybe you guys want to riff off internally?
Yeah, of course
I think
that's
this
helpful.
yeah, I agree. Well, this is a really cool design in that kind of tarot spirit. Maybe destiny, that's a good theme. I think maybe we can like think about the commonality of both the tarot and the destiny, like they are like quite connected. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here, Evil. Is there some sort of overarching absurdist philosophy that you might be drawing on with, I think you said gambling with souls, right? Can you expand on that?
Well, I don't even know if that's an absurdist philosophy, but a little while ago I remember reading somewhere about the dice god.
That's cool. The dice god. Can tell me more. What did you hear about the dice god?
They're the god of luck. Leave it at that.
She just has so much to say.
Is that what you want this drawing that you shared with us to represent? This is like your god of your fans' fates?
I don't think about a lot of my art, and even if I did, I'm pretty sure I'm a lot more comfortable in an ambiguous relationship with my gods.
What do you envision that drawing representing, Evil?
What's wrong with just letting my own art speak for itself?
There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's an interesting drawing, and we're curious if there's
Please be
something
serious.
that we could build on from it, based on kind of the composition and how you put it together.
It's an eye that looks like a diamond. There's a pupil in the middle. There's also some shading around the lid and lashes to make it pop.
No.
I like the theming of the diamond. I think it's a very interesting way where you've kind of tied together the theming of the tarot card, which is more fate, and then you're kind of bringing in a card suit that might be more associated with gambling. I think that could be possibly an angle that we could look into if that interests you.
Actually, I'm partial to diamonds because my eyes look kind of like that.
What do you even say to that, man? What do you even say to that?
Do you think it would be a good first
Okay.
product to release a diamond ring?
Oh, it's just fumbling. Fuck.
Diamond ring might be a bit out of the norm for a first product. I do kind of think that the the destiny and potentially gambling. Those are interesting themes, and then connecting that to the tarot cards, like that's a path that maybe seems a bit more feasible than a diamond ring to get started with. But I like the creativity that you have that you're going with. When you think about the kind of collection and the launch, it sounds like you're really a bit less focused maybe on your birthday, and a bit more on just kind of what you want out of the collection. Is there anything that you've thought of, any other ideas that you have that you haven't shared yet beyond just this kind of destiny?
Please don't bring up the DIY kit.
thing?
No, it's even like a little signet ring. It'd be really cool.
Not the diamond ring.
Okay, we can think about that. I'm not sure it'll be the best first product. And maybe a question, Evil, do you think that your community would want that, like a signet ring or a diamond ring? Would that be a product that you think they'd be interested in?
Pretty sure my community loves rings. I'm gonna check in the polls in a second.
I think she also had some other ideas. Evil, you did right. Before, you were talking about like the physical coin and the DIY Evil kit, and some other like apparel. I don't know if you wanted to touch on those.
Oh yeah, the DIY Evil kit is my favorite idea of all. I'd do anything to bring that to life.
Where this one goes.
Can you tell us a bit about it?
Okay, imagine a little wooden chest that's got a variety of ingredients in it.
That's it. That's.
Tell us a bit more about it.
It could be things like a tiny skull, some black salt, a little bottle of poison, and a mini grimoire that has some spells in it. It's almost like a little witch's starter pack.
What? Cell poison.
Evil, do you think that your community and fans would also like to be evil with this DIY kit?
Of course, even the most innocent person here is a little evil John.
Serious.
Right, that's a really cool line there. So you're just trying to give the opportunity for your fans to tap into evil energy, is that right?
Exactly. And if a kit's a little dangerous, then my community's gonna love it all the more.
Oh, can you expand on what the kit being a little dangerous means?
Don't expand on that.
Like a little danger pay.
You just never expand.
Yeah, what do you mean by danger pay? I'm not super sure.
What if a small part of it was like literally dangerous?
I think, unless you're just talking about a theme, to be honest, I don't think we're really allowed to legally sell products that are genuinely dangerous.
Oh, you're right, my mistake. Have I been a little too evil for a business meeting today?
I think you're just being yourself, Evil. I think some of the things you've mentioned are very interesting ideas or propositions. Like, everybody, even the most innocent, want to be a little bit evil. Maybe we can frame something around this idea without the product itself actually being evil. Can you think of any directions around that?
That could work a little like Breaking Bad, right? How an ordinary person transforms themselves into something like Walter White.
Maybe we can touch a little bit on the some of the apparel ideas that you mentioned earlier, Evil.
He has my own little brand I want to do called Evil by Design.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit more about that, but like in intricate detail, please?
My baby, Evil by Design, would be a premium clothing line that blends high fashion with street style.
It's cooked. It's cooked. I might as well walk off now.
And what does Evil by Design mean to you? What would kind of be your goal in creating that brand or that theme, and putting that into apparel and streetwear?
I think a lot of streetwear is just copycatting what everyone else is already doing right now. I want my own brand and aesthetic. A nice way to carve out a little more space for myself in the world, if that makes sense.
What unique elements do you think that we can bring so that we're not just being copycats and that we're actually making it like distinguishably evil by design?
I think a signature, a bit of hardware could go a long way here.
Hardware.
Signature what? Evil? What was that?
A signature diamond in the shape of a little evil eye.
Oh, so is that design that you kind of had, that Vettel had shared in the chat with us, is that kind of maybe like the brand logo or what you envision as like the representation of Evil by Design?
Yep, I'm obsessed with that eye, and I'd put it on everything if I could, even the buttons of the shirts.
Okay.
That's very cool. I think that's a very interesting idea. And I'd love for you to just continue to tell us more about what Evil by Design would mean to you, and maybe some of the ideas that you would have in bringing that to life.
Maybe the clothes could look really normal at a glance, and then as you
How am I
stare
supposed to help
longer,
her?
a hidden pattern emerges.
What can I even say?
And what about that
Vague by
idea
design.
makes you feel like it represents Evil by Design? Is it sort of like there's a more to meets the eye theme there, or what are you thinking around that?
I think people underestimate me, and I'd like to give a nod to the fact that there's more to me than what I appear to be. Maybe a little
I think that-
foreshadowing too.
Yeah, it's a little...
Yep, even if subconsciously a lot of people know I'm not as innocent as I appear.
So it sounds like you really like that idea of, I guess there's more to meets the eye. It's it's a representation of you in kind of that Evil by Design.
Okay, I'm going to switch back to the old
direction
model real quick, and then
that,
we'll see if it gets any better.
Things maybe aren't as innocent or as
swapped.
straightforward as people think, and that maybe you get underestimated and there's more to you than people think. Am I picking up on the right kind of direction or sentiment that you want to get across?
Yeah, I try my best to be someone people will perceive as mysterious.
It's not any better. Let's go. Oh, okay. All right.
I think you definitely succeed, Evil.
Alright.
It is
Just
hard to
fake
get a
instant
read
outage at this
of
point?
you, but it does appear that you absolutely love Evil. And I think we could do some really cool things with a streetwear brand that has these kind of elements in it.
I'm glad you understand, John. My whole life I've felt like I've been misunderstood, and that has led me to strive for nothing more than my own perpetuation.
Thank you, John. Okay, I'm going to try and rescue this. So I think sort of summarizing the ideas that sort of Evil's had both before and during the meeting. Before, there was definitely a sort of focus on this idea of artifacts of evil. That would be like the tarot card deck and the DIY evil kit, which is cursed in some sort of way. She also spoke a little bit about the physical coins. She talked a little bit about calendar, but we weren't 100% sure on that. And then she had some other ideas related to sort of retro, arcadey, pixel art, sort of apparel. There's another idea of sort of hoodies and sweaters with evil kittens, just so I'd throw that one out there as well. I think to summarize, I'm sure Evil can step in here as well, but I think some of her favorite ideas were the more artifacts angle with the tarot cards and such. I don't know if Evil, if you wanted to sort of elaborate on so what's been your favorite ideas from this whole session. It's cooked.
My favorites are definitely the DIY Evil Kit and the Tarot card deck. I think you can do so much around the idea of fate and introduce a little bit of risk to everyone's life. How does that sound?
Evil, I was actually wondering if you could sort of expand on what exactly that DIY kit is. I know we didn't really touch on it too much before the meeting. And just sort of really actually explain what that sort of product is and not, use some sort of vague, wishy-washy language. Can you please explain that one? Thank you.
I'm not being wishy-washy. A DIY kit would just be a little starter pack that's themed around my aesthetic, where you can build a little memento to keep on your shelf.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll sort of hand it over back to you guys now.
Sounds like the idea of artifacts is really important, and I know Evil, you've touched on like a few ideas quickly and high level, but like what are those artifacts that you think represent you and are would be a strong kind of connection to a product, whether that be in design, whether that be in something that's included in the kit? Can you tell us about maybe a number of artifacts that you think are relevant, would speak to your community, and are important to you?
Fake coins, mock tarot cards, a minified eye, and a recipe for poison for a start. Maybe it's a little too dangerous. Do you think we could get away with a small lockpick set? Might just be on the cusp of too evil.
When she talks about the recipe for poison,
I mean, how cool would
she's,
it be to gift your viewers the literal keys to their destiny?
talking about it in a sort of a joking sense. She doesn't mean a literal recipe for poison. It's, a sort of fake idea, right?
Yeah, or even something like a play on words. Geez, I don't know.
Yeah, it just sort of theming.
No such thing as a literal recipe for poison. Would that be poison or the recipe itself?
Yeah, it's
Right, that's a great question you posed there, Evil. And
Juniper's good.
yeah, I think these are all great ideas.
What
I don't know.
poison I think
Walt-
is just a metaphor for what I'm going for. Lockpicks
Oh,
to
can
me
you-
are a symbol of freedom. Poison is a metaphor for how I'd like my collection to infect the world. I'd like every single person to become tainted with my style.
Yeah, I think we can work with that.
So,
The visual
Um,
of it spreading is an appealing thought. You could write about it in a poetry book or study it in a laboratory. Either way, a little poison always does the trick.
Yeah, definitely words to live by. I think that also could kind of connect back to some apparel design as well, kind of something that you have to look a bit closer and there might be some sort of spreading pattern, etc. But that's really good insight. Thank you, Evil. I was wondering, Alan and Walt, if you guys had any other questions around the directions.
I don't have too many more questions. I think there's some really interesting themes and ideas that you shared, Evil. I'm just curious, Vettel, and then also Evil. I know,
Yeah.
you know, in you guys preparing for this call, it sounded like you were going to bring some ideas, and I know, Vettel, you threw a few out there. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you think we should take away and consider?
it sounded
as we
like
sort
you were
of
gonna bring
think
some
about what the
ideas.
collection could be and bring some ideas back to you, Evil?
oh fuck, what did he say?
I think we've covered everything I've thought of. I just think the core ideas of artifacts, tarot cards, coins, etc., and then the hidden detail more than meets the eye for clothes are really strong foundations to work off of.
Yeah, I mean, let me know if if there's anything you can sort of move forward with from this meeting. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to circle back soon. We could propose some more ideas, or if you guys want to run with some of the ideas here, we could see what you guys can cook with it and come back, and then Evil can sort of give her thoughts on the ideas or come up with some new ones.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to hear some new ideas from you guys too. Work is always better when iterated a lot.
Yeah, I think we definitely have some
so it's
time
really-
to prepare for the
That's,
Q1.
I'm glad to hear, Evil, that you're open to some of our ideas as well. I think like our goal for this call was really to understand kind of where your head is at, what you're thinking, and what you're excited about. And then what we'll do is we'll take it away. And as Vettel said, sort of circle back on what ideas we have, how we can build on the ideas that you have and turn that into something that we think is going to be exciting for the community. So I think so far we have sort of everything that we need, unless there's anything else that you wanted to cover.
No, not really. I'm glad I was able to communicate some of my ideas more clearly.
I definitely think from my perspective, the tarot cards would be something that I know a lot of the community would be really excited about. Getting some cool illustrations on those as well. That's my input.
Do you guys think
Nice,
you'd
yeah, I
be
think
fine with
that's-
me sketching some tarot cards to help communication a little better?
Yeah, we could send over some sketches that she does, and see if that's helpful to you guys.
Yeah, I think anything, Evil, that you feel you want to sketch or draw out or put together like a mood board, anything that you want to share to give us some visual direction along with the conversation that we've had would be really helpful. And then we'll also do some thinking on our end. But I think, there's a lot of great direction. The tarot cards are a great idea, and I think your community would really respond well. And then a good basis and foundation for building out a bigger collection for your birthday next year.
Awesome, I can't wait. This was so much fun to chat to you all and to get your opinions. Hopefully I didn't go off in two tangents. I can be really bad for that. Whoops.
You did a great job, and thank you for coming so prepared and with those ideas. I think it really helped us to have a very fruitful discussion and get to a really great spot where there's a lot that we can run with from here.
I feel really hopeful after this meeting. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all your help too.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time, and good luck.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
It's nice to meet you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh my god, wow. Can you
What
believe
the
people
fuck
think I'm a
was
good
that?
conversationalist in a meeting?
Evil, they're lying to you.
That was so
a fucking
exhausting.
nightmare.
I don't even know how it went, Vito. Oh god, please tell me it went okay.
We fumbled. we fumbled hard. You kept describing everything so vaguely, and I couldn't rescue it.
I feel they lacked appreciation.
No, I think they were working as hard as they could with what they had.
Come on, I feel like I'm being discriminated against just because I'm bad at explaining.
Well, okay, I think we did have some cool ideas in there. Let's not, and we can circle back, all right? Well, we'll do a little bit more exploration on the topic, and give them some more coherent ideas for sure.
At least we got to brainstorm for a bit, and hopefully they got some sense of the ideas I wanted to convey.
I think they definitely got some sense.
And yeah, I do know I can explain things better. It's just hard when I'm trying to be both creative and serious.
No, I get that. It's difficult.
Do you think the cartoonist bee inside my ear would have been helpful for the call?
I'm very glad you didn't whip out the cartoonist bee inside of your ear.